Hey everybody, welcome back to the No Cover TV podcast. Look who's in the house. Randy Skinner's in the house. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a great time with Randy today. I'm glad he's here. This is gonna be a real fun interview today. First of all, I gotta talk to each of you out there. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for checking out the No Cover TV podcast. All the past shows that were audio that are on Spotify are still on Spotify, and they're on YouTube also, so you can check it both ways on the audio. Video shows like today are all on YouTube. They're live on YouTube and Facebook at the time, and then they stay there. You can come back anytime and watch these great interviews that we do. And of course, we've got great shows coming up. People from around the world, all genres, all age groups. I love it. And I interview these young kids, and it just blows me away. I mean, I want to take the guitar off the wall and kind of bury my head under a rock because it makes me look real bad, people. So these kids are amazing, amazing. So, anyways, what am I going to say next, people? That's right. Use my three favorite words: support, support, support. Support these artists. Go to the shows, pay a ticket charge, cover charge, whatever there is. Get in there. Go to the swag table. Get yourself a CD, an album, a T-shirt, a hoodie, bumper sticker, a coffee mug, keychain. Oh my, it goes on. Then get to that stage. Enjoy the show, and if you can't stay after, meet these artists. You just never know. And you know what's great is that these artists love doing what they do and put a smile on your face, and in return, your smile kicks back and makes the artist smile. It's a great thing. There it is. There, Randy Swan, right there. Music makes the world go around. So, like I said, in the house is the world-renowned trumpet player Randy Skinner, who played with P-Funk, Parliament Funklet. I can't even say it anymore. Parliament Funklet. So it was great. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm just you're superstars in the house today. Randy, how are you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good today, Big Al. Thank you for having me on this show. I appreciate it. And thanks to all the listeners out there.
Oh, I appreciate it, my friend. We got a lot to chat about. We're going to go all over the board, but how's Randy doing today in the present? You doing good today, brother?
I'm doing pretty good today. Thank you. Here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
On this side of the town that I'm in, which is in Buckhead, Atlanta, we
Okay.
survived the storm that came through, and it wasn't too bad. It just got a lot of rain and all, but and a couple of trees down. But other than that, it was pretty good.
Okay. Well, you kind of got out of the eye of that thing, it sounds like, because it sure went up far and it did a lot of damage. It did a lot of damage. You know, our hearts go out to those that it affected very much so. So, Randy, you've been busy from a long time being with P Funk and stuff like that to what you're doing now. But before we get into that, I want to know something about Randy. And I want to get in your head if you'll let me. Can I do that?
Something about Randy.
Yeah. Oh, well, I want
Okay.
to. So, all right, I want to take you back. I got a feeling you started when you were very young at this.
Yes, I did.
Uh,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
We'll start right there. We'll go back to the beginning.
Let's go.
Uh,
Beginning.
I'm originally from Portsmouth, Virginia.
Okay.
That's where I was born and raised. And I attended the public school system there, the Portsmouth, Virginia public school system there. I
Okay.
started band in the sixth grade
Oh,
at Harry Hunt Junior High School. I started in sixth grade
wow.
playing no, not a trumpet, but a cornet.
The cornet,
And
yes.
a cornet is an instrument that's more conical shape. It's shorter than the trumpet. And Louis Armstrong started out on a cornet before he went to trumpet.
Okay.
So I started there, and then I went to Woodrow Wilson High School
Okay.
in the band. I continued in the band. I enjoyed band,
All right.
and from there I got a scholarship my senior year to attend college, the Shaw University
Wow.
in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm an alumni of Shaw University. I got a scholarship to go there to study music education,
That's great.
and that was a great time for me there. Met a lot of people there, a lot of great musicians, a lot of friends a lot of musician friends that I still stay in touch with now.
Great.
And upon graduating from Shaw University, I went to Boston to go to Berklee School of Music.
Berkeley. That's fabulous. Oh boy.
Yeah, and in Berkeley and being in Boston, it opened up a whole nother world of possibilities.
I bet.
Uh, yeah, I met so many musicians there. Also, that I still stay in touch with. A lot of them moved on to New York, and they've been in New York over 30 years now. I met my all-time favorite, Freddie Hubbard,
Really?
while I was there in Boston. And uh, after I finished Berkeley School of Music, I ended up working as a band director in the Boston Public School system
Oh, okay.
and
Wow.
playing around town in the surrounding areas. And uh, what is it? We played the Newport, Rhode Island
Okay.
mansions. I played there with corporate bands.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then I ended up playing with Sam and Dave, the famous Sam and Dave. Hold on, I'm coming.
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, from the
Oh,
Sam and Dave from the Blues Brothers and all,
yeah.
and played with quite a few groups there. And then after that, I started playing with George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic.
Oh my goodness. Wow. So you did start before you even touched the trumpet was first, then I mean the cornet was first, then the trumpet. I want to ask, were your parents or siblings in the music at all before you started, or were you the
And
one that?
you say siblings?
Do you have any siblings, brothers and sisters?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I had my older brother. He played trumpet in the high school band for a little while. He was the only one that was interested in music.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
and then he went on to go into the Air Force. He made a career out of the Air Force. My older brother made a career out of the Air Force, and
oh,
then I have another brother. He's a retired firefighter,
oh wow.
and I have two sisters. So I am the youngest of six.
You're the youngest of six, and you decided to do your own thing and funk out. Yes, you did.
Yes, I
Oh,
did. Yeah.
so okay, so you started first band at 16. How long did that band last till you started another one?
Repeat that again.
How long the band that you started when you were 16? How long was it until you stepped out of that band and went into another project?
You referring to me?
Yeah, you. It's only us.
Um. How long? I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, did you play in the school bands at all, or did you just pick up the trumpet and naturally came to you? How did that come about?
I played in a school band, and then a lot of us, um, some of us that played in the school band, we formed a band outside of the school band.
Okay.
And also, I want to mention too that I studied classical French horn as well. And when I was at Shaw University, I studied with the principal horn player of the North Carolina Symphony. She was my teacher.
That's amazing. Whoa, what a teacher to have.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So I played
Yeah.
trumpet in the jazz band, and I played French horn. Now I played mellophone in the marching band. So I was all over the place.
You're all over the place. Wow. Oh
Yeah.
my. Now you've got quite a few people that in the industry, trumpet players that you kind of admire, don't you? I mean, we got Wynton Marsalis, Louis Armstrong, Dizzy Gillespie. There's who else is there? Herb Albert. There's a whole handful. I mean, of great guys, trumpet players like yourself. Any more that I didn't mention that you kind of admire?
Uh, Hugh Masekela, Clifford Brown, Lee Morgan.
There you go.
In fact, a couple of weeks ago, uh, exactly 2 weeks ago, Wynton Marsalis is a personal friend of mine. We go way back from when I was doing my undergrad in college.
All
a
right.
great professor, Professor Bill Fielder. He was Winton's instructor at one point, and he introduced me to Winton. And 2 weeks ago, Winton was at the Atlanta Symphony Hall here with a septet. He has a septet, and then he has a Lincoln Jazz Center Orchestra. And I've seen him with both groups. So I went out to see him and got a chance to talk to him and posted some pictures of him and I on my Facebook and social media.
That's great. That's great that you still keep in touch with all the old guys that you played with. I mean, you're all once you begin and start in a band, you're all family, and that family tends to grow and grow. Yes.
You're absolutely correct. One of the older members with Parliament Funkadelic, he was a Hall of Fame member, Cordell Boogie Monsoon. And he told me, he says, Randy, once a P Funk All Star, always a P Funk All Star. And I'll never
That's
forget that.
That's right. He's absolutely right. Just like coming on the show today, now you're a part of the No Cover TV family, and I will always look out for you, brother. I will.
Yeah, in
So
fact, the last time they came to town here in Atlanta, I went out and sit in and play with them too.
that's great. Oh, that's real cool. Now everybody's probably dying for me to touch on P Funk. Yes. All right. Well,
Yeah.
now George Clinton, he was around 15 years old when he started that back in what was it, 56, around 56, 57. George Clinton started P Funk when he was about 15 years old.
Yeah, they started in Plainfield, New Jersey, at a barbershop.
At a barbershop. Really?
At a barbershop in Plainfield, New Jersey. Uh, it was five of them, and they were originally a doo-wop group, and they were trying to compete with like the Temptations and
Sure.
the Dells and groups like that. So
Right.
it was a five-man singing group, and their first hit was I just want to testify what you love. Yeah, I just want to
Oh,
testify.
yeah, just won't testify. Oh,
Yeah,
man. Unbelievable. So, what year did you join P Funk?
it was the late '90s, around 98, 99, 98, 99, 2000. Yeah,
Okay. And how long did that last? And are you still playing with them when you can?
I still play with them whenever I can, and it lasted for a couple years.
Okay. Well, that's real cool, man. Because
Yeah,
I love the trumpet, the horn sections, when you're dealing with funk bands and stuff. And I go back to the 70s, the late 70s, 80s when you guys had the moves. Oh, yeah, on the stage. I mean, you're playing those trumpets, you're doing the moves, damp steps, all that stuff, in jumpsuits even, sparkled up. Now, what did you think of those eras? I mean, you had to have a lot of fun.
oh yeah, definitely a lot of fun. I've done my share of a lot of dancing and swinging the horns. I mean, that's part of what you do when you're in a public school. You start out in a public school band. There's
Right.
always drills and there's routines, and then
Yes,
there's the drum and bugle corps.
that is.
So
So,
I had a lot of days of marching and getting up early in the morning and going out running around the field and getting warm up,
oh, yeah,
to do the drills.
to do the drills. Unbelievable. That's fun. So, now, how did you join Parliament Funk? Did you go through George, or was it some other way you got into that?
Well, when they came to Boston, I would go out. Um, I was doing consulting work with a Rayburn music store,
Okay.
and I would go out and I would take sometimes a couple mouthpieces or a trumpet or two for the guys. My friend Benny Cowin, a great lead trumpet player, a great friend of mine. I would take these things for him to check out on live on the set, just see if there was something that made his trumpet playing life a little more easier.
Yeah.
And those guys, one of the best horn sections I played with. Uh, Greg Thomas, alto saxophone player, great alto sax player. Greg Boyer, great trombone player, and Benny Cowan, a great trumpet player.
Wow.
And they are the P Funk Horns currently on tour with George Clinton right now.
Okay. Now, wasn't after the first round of the P Funk bands went their own way, didn't George start it up and just start calling everybody the All Stars?
Well, before that, before those guys that I just named came in, they were um, it was Parliament Funkadelic and the Horny Horns.
I love it.
Yeah, so the Horny Horns was the great Maceo Parker and Fred Wesley that played with James Brown and Cush Griffin, great trumpet player. Rick Gardner, another great trumpet player.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Whoa. Now, were you, when, I don't think you were, was Bootsy or Sly around when you were performing?
No, Boosie had been in and out and was doing his own thing. He would come by from time to time, where depending on where we were, especially if we were around Cincinnati, which is where he's from. And then sometimes Sly would come around too.
Nice. No, that's pretty cool. That's
Yeah.
really so. All right, let's jump past that because you're continuing to do great stuff with your music, and you have your own group together, which is Randy Skinner and the Skin Tones in Pursuit. That's your band, isn't it?
That's correct. Skin Tones in Pursuit is a 7 to 8 piece band.
Right.
Of guys that I met since I've been here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And we've done a lot of recording together and a lot of playing around town together. And we have a new smash hit single out. It's called Keeping
Right.
the Funk Alive.
The Funk
Yeah,
Alive. Yeah,
Keeping the
yeah.
Funk Alive, featuring the legendary George Clinton and his son, Trey Lou.
Oh man. Oh man. I took a listen to that and I was up getting my funk on, let's tell you that much.
Great,
great,
great.
great stuff. Just a quickie, back in the early 2002 to 4 or 5, I was managing one of the hottest funk bands out of Michigan, out of Detroit, and I was Funkalinium. And props to
Okay.
those boys out there. Greatest band, but I didn't really, when I booked them shows and they were all sold out, I didn't realize that 90% of the audience was all women wanting the band. Hey,
Yeah,
what's up with that? Yeah, that happened to you too, didn't it? All
yeah.
sea of women out there, and there's no guys. They love funk. Yes, they do. Oh my, it's
Oh,
incredible.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and it was amazing to me when I went overseas with Parliament Funkadelic and George Clinton and all. It was amazing to see people from different walks of life, especially in places like Amsterdam, Switzerland, Paris. Uh, what else? So we did a whole European tour over there. But it's interesting to see those people. They English may not be their first language, but they know the lyrics to those songs.
they do. They do. Every
Yeah,
one of them. That is great.
yeah.
That is- okay, so now Keeping the Funk Alive is the first EP out from your band. Is that what we were saying?
Is it? You said the
The
first?
first, yeah, first.
No,
Is it?
no.
No.
Prior to that, I had a CD, another CD, and it was featuring legendary Fred Wesley from James Brown, trombone player.
Ooh,
Yeah, and he's featured on a song called "Wiggle and Jiggle and Bounce."
I love it. Wiggle, jiggle, and bounce. Woo!
Yeah, which is a song I wrote.
You wrote that. That's cool,
Yeah,
Randy. I like that, brother. Nice. Oh
thank
man.
you.
Now your time in P Funk, and we'll move on. How many gold or platinum albums did you get during that time, or did you get any?
Repeat that again.
When you were with P Funk, did you receive any silver, gold, or platinum albums when you were with them?
No,
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 you don't. Okay.
no, no. Most of their hits and stuff was in the '70s,
Yeah.
and during that time, I was in high school.
Right. Well, we got to get you a couple of those, I think, Randy. What do you think?
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so now you said you're out playing quite a bit with your band with the Skin Tones.
Yes. We're about to drop a new CD. We're going to try and get it out by the end of this month.
All right.
The CD I've been working on with a great producer, Santoni Williams. He's a great producer, and this will be a Santoni production,
Great.
and the CD will be called Autonomy, Randy Skinner Autonomy,
Autonomy. Oh, I
and
can't wait.
it's going to feature George Clinton and S. Jamae, a great vocalist, female vocalist S. Jamae. Some really different kind of stuff from Keeping the Funk Alive.
Okay, okay. Let me see. I got a comment here. Let me post it here. Let's see. Good day to everyone. DL's Mike said that. Well, hey, to Mike, appreciate you checking out the podcast here with Randy. It's a great thing what we're doing today. So let's continue here. Now, do you put out quite a few singles, or do you wait till you got enough for an EP? Well, how do you do that?
Once again,
Do you put out a lot of singles, or do you put out an EP? How do you do that? Do you just put your music out on EP?
well, the Keeping the Funk Alive, there's an A side and a B side. There's a remix, and this new project uh, titled Autonomy is going to be a full CD.
We'll see. Oh, beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
So, uh, can you tell the fans out there where they can find you and your music and merch and all that stuff, and where the Skin Tones might be playing?
Yeah, well, my website is skintonesinpursuit.com, SKINTONES, in pursuit, INPURSUIT, skintonesinpursuit.com. I'm also on LinkedIn as Randy Skinner,
Okay.
and I'm on all of the social media.
See,
You'll find me as Randy Skinner.
all right. I want to ask you, Randy, what do you think about today, where today's times where we just push a couple buttons and our music is worldwide? We're back. In the day we had to hoof it. We had to put posters on telephone poles. We had to pop the trunk and get cassettes or whatever out to people. What do you think of those changes in the world?
Yeah. I've seen. Well, we have lived long enough that we've seen many changes in the music world.
Yeah.
I don't, because I'm old school. I don't really care for the AI stuff that I have to do. I don't like that way of promoting your music. I like a real person I can talk to, and just like I'm talking with you.
I agree.
Um, I come from when we had an album back in the day, had vinyl,
Yeah.
and to me, I still have a turntable and I still have all of my old records.
Me too.
I like that analog sound. To me, it's still the purest sound.
I agree.
I prefer that more than the digital sound.
Right, right. And I ask a lot of people that do their studios carry analog because I'm old school like you. I'd rather play analog than go to that digital any day. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's got that warm fuzzy feeling. Oh yeah, it's just nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that crackling when you put the needle on the vinyl, that crackling. I mean,
It's
yeah,
just real.
I love it.
I do too. It's pretty cool. All right. All right. I got some fun questions I want to ask you. You ready for those?
Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
fun questions we're gonna have. Just me and you. I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Okay.
Now, two answers on this first question. And
Okay.
kind of hard to ask you some of these, but I'm going to ask them anyways. Any place in the world, what stage out there would you really want to perform on that you have yet to do?
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask you to repeat that again.
What stage out there, anywhere in the world, would you like to perform on that you haven't yet performed on?
That I haven't yet performed. Hmm. I was the Playboy Jazz Festival stage out in
Oh,
California.
that'd be real cool.
Yeah.
Well, I see that happening for you. Definitely, my friend. Definitely. Is there any other one out there that you could think of?
Not that I haven't performed. That would be the biggest one. Um. Hmm. I can't. Well, the Apollo, because I've
Oh,
heard so much, and I used to watch shows on Apollo.
right,
The
right.
Apollo. You know, people performing at the Apollo. I've never performed at Apollo, but I've actually been there, but I've never performed.
Okay. All right. Well, those are two cool places. All right. I got this question right here. Two answers on this one. These are people. One person that's alive, one person that's passed away.
Hmm.
Who would you want to step on stage with and perform with? Anybody out there?
Okay, one person alive. Uh, let's see, alive. Hmm.
Hmm.
Who can I think of? I would say, maybe Gregory Porter. Yeah, have you heard Gregory Porter?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah, I met him on several occasions, and I like his. Really love his style.
Okay.
Okay, and let's see, passed away. I want to say Al Jarreau, because I got a chance to meet Al Jarreau.
There you go. Perfect. I love those answers. Beautiful, man. That would be cool to do. That'd be really cool to do.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
really would. Now, this question here, everybody has a little different answer to this. When you're on stage and you're playing your trumpet with whether it be your own band or whether it would be P Funk, but when you start playing and you see the audience dancing and moving to the music and you see them singing the songs back to the group, it's got to hit you in your heart, Randy. How does it make Randy feel when you see that?
Oh, it's an adrenaline rush. And I think most performers, live performers on stage, um, get not only get that adrenaline rush, but it's like a rush that you can become addicted to
Yeah,
as well, and it
yeah.
like raises the hair on the back of your head, and it gives you goosebumps and all. Yeah, it's just
Yes,
it's the best natural high
it
that
is.
you
It
can
really
have with your clothes on.
with your clothes, right? You're right. Exactly. We won't talk about those other stories. That's great. Let me ask you this: when you do a full three sets, you're doing a concert and stuff. You pack everything up and you're ready to go home. How long does it take Randy to unwind from the show?
Oh, I don't, it may take me a couple of hours, maybe, because I'm still on the high, up from the show, and interacting with the musicians and all, and uh, having a little libation.
There you go.
Um, and probably it takes me a few hours to just wind down and
Sure.
calm myself down.
Right, right. Now, I noticed you said earlier you did some collaborations with George and his son. Are you going to do any more collaborations with anybody else or somebody coming aboard to do some collabs with you?
Um, I'm not sure. My producer that I mentioned earlier, Santoni Williams, we've talked about, who's the next person that we want to do a collaboration with, and
Right.
we threw out a few names, but we haven't really, decided on it yet.
Right. Understandable, understandable. It's about the right person coming in at the right time. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Now, I usually save a couple more questions. This one
Okay.
I usually save this one for the rock bands or the heavy metal bands because it always happens to them. But this might have happened to you during your career as a musician. Any embarrassing moments that happened to you that you want to share?
Any embarrassing moments? You
Yeah,
mean any embarrassing moments on stage?
yes, on stage.
Uh, any embarrassing moments. Uh, I can't really think of any embarrassing moments. No. Um.
None you want to talk about, right?
Oh well, I mean, there's a couple of times I had a malfunction with my trumpet.
Malfunction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's an embarrassing moment
That's
when I'm
embarrassing.
playing and I'm playing something, and then my second valve gets stuck, and it's and when the valve gets stuck, the rest of them are not really operable.
Oh no. When you're performing, how many trumpets do you bring with you? You bring just one or do you have a few of them for backup?
I bring one. I have one at home for backup, but I
Yeah,
usually bring one,
one.
and sometimes I may bring a flugelhorn.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Do you use the mute that often on your trumpet?
Yes, I use there's different types of mutes I use. Um the plunger
Oh
mute, I
yeah.
mean a
Oh
Harmon mute.
yeah. I
This
like
is one
that.
that I would use.
Nice. Nice.
And so a lot of times I like to play with the plunger mute.
The plunger mute. I love the plunger mute. Very reasonable and affordable.
And then this is a practice mute, cup mute.
Okay, cuff mute. Nice. Man,
Yeah.
everybody's got it all.
And here's another
Oh,
practice mute.
okay. Oh, many minutes here,
Yeah.
Randy. Awesome, Randy. Awesome, my friend. Oh, we kind of get towards the end of our. Oh,
So
yeah.
that is the sound.
Oh, we actually got Randy Skinner to play live for us. A little bit of the trumpet. Look at there, people. Oh, you never know.
So that's the Harmon mute.
Oh, yes. Oh, my heart. Oh. Hey, killing me, Randy. Whoa, I love it. Thank you. Woo. Let me ask you this: you got any advice for these young people out there that want to do what we do and make a living at it?
Yes, I would say. Um, and I heard this before I saw Mike Tyson on a talk show. It was one of the, like David Letterman kind of shows. And at the end of the show, uh, David asked Mike Tyson, "Do you have any advice you could give to people?" And it stuck with me. He says, "Whatever you are doing, that is your passion, that drives you, you just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Continue to do it. Do it daily, and and try and get better and better and better at it."
That's it.
Yeah,
Amen. Yes, indeed. And also, don't let anybody tell you what to do. It's your music. You do it your way. It's your style. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of people that come into the world in the music business want you to do this, that, and the other thing. And they're not doing it to actually do you better. So just do your own thing and don't listen to everybody out there. Okay.
exactly. And that is the title of the new release, Autonomy, that I have coming out soon. It's
Okay.
just to have the freedom to just do your thing, the way that you want to do it.
Okay. Oh, Mike, very well said. Mike likes what we had to say. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, brother. Yes, indeed. So now, do you see yourself going back out on tour at all, or are you and the Skin Tones just going to hang around home and tri-state it? What are you going to do?
Um, well, depends on how things, people, want us, we get the right, funds behind us. We're ready to travel,
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
It's about the bill. Exactly. Well, good deal, my friend. From the bottom of my heart, Randy, thank you for coming on the podcast again. And I hope we had a good time today. I had a great time. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, Big Al. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No
Yes.
problem. Definitely. This is your show. What do you want? You got anything to say to the people out there? You want to say hi, hey to anybody out there? How do you want to end this?
I want to say hello to all of my P-Funk family, my Boston family, and my Virginia family, my Chicago family, my Bermuda family, everywhere.
Everywhere. That's right. Well, you're a blessing, Randy, and thank you. Keep on blowing that horn loud so the whole world can funk out. All right, brother? Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Big
All
Al.
right, I will stay in touch. I want you back in 6 months a year. See what's going on with Randy. Can we do that?
You
Yeah,
said in
see you in
six
about
months?
6 months or a year. I want to see where
Okay.
we're at.
All right. That sounds good. Yeah.
All
For a
right,
minute
brother.
there, for a minute, you sound like my doctor. I'll see you. Can we see you in 6 months?
I won't put the white jacket on, I promise. Okay.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right,
we
Randy. Let's
yeah
do
we
it.
can do that.
All right, good deal. All right, everybody on Podcast Land, thank you. And thank you, Randy Skinner, for joining me today. Go check out Randy Skinner and the Skin Tones in Pursuit. We're out of here, everybody. Peace.